Shall we mute everyone besides? Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and come to what happened here. I have a big thing of participants in front of me. There we go. Make me in the center, speaker view, full screen. Welcome everyone. We're going to begin laying on our backs. It'd be great if you have a blanket or a big beach towel, something that you can use to support you. There's a couple of things I'd like to do. So if you don't have a yoga blanket, have a thick blanket that you can fold up. And if you don't have two blocks, you can use something else other than blocks. Books are always a good idea. But a couple of things that I've come across that works is, you know, Amazon. We all order a lot from Amazon. This is an Amazon box that you could fill up with something, just newspaper or something, paper, and use that as a block. It's almost the exact same size as a block. So just using that as a block is a really good idea. Look, pretty much the same size. All right, so let's just be quiet for a minute or two to arrive on our mats. So coming into a comfortable lying down position. If you have that blanket, just place it underneath your neck and head. If you want to extend your legs out straight, a little wider than hip distance apart, toes dropped away from each other. Or if that's a little bit of a pull on your lower back, bend your knees, place your feet on the mat, and you can drop the knees together. Sometimes widening the feet is helpful, sometimes not. And if you're comfortable closing your eyes, close your eyes. So that you can bring your attention to yourself. Move it inward to your own body and just kind of check in with your body. Notice how your body feels. Feel the contact of the body with whatever it's resting on, the hips, the feet, the legs, the shoulders, back of the hand, back of the head. And then just follow your breath. Fill the body with the breath as you inhale. Empty out as you exhale. And just see what your body's capacity for fuller, deeper breathing is this evening. And just letting yourself focus your attention here. Mindful of the body breathing. Feel the sensations of the breath in your body. Think about letting go with each exhale, anything you might be holding on to, the remnants of your day. Leave that whole day-long activities behind. Come into this present moment, right into this breath and body on this mat. So that the next 55 minutes or so, we focus our attention on our own well-being, keeping our attention as best we can on our breathing and the movements of our body. And when the mind drags us off into other things, thinking, planning, whatever it is, just return. It's going to distract you. We're going to lose our attention. That's natural. The true practice is to cultivate that return. Just keep coming back and beginning again. Paying attention to what's happening in your body, what's happening in the breath. So continuing to breathe deeply as we begin to move, keeping the attention on a full, complete breath. Bend your knees and place your feet on the mat if your legs are straight. Move your feet to be as wide as the mat. So the pinky toe side of the foot is as wide as the mat. I'm not really taking off my socks yet. When we go to stand, that'll be when I'll say, take off your socks. It's cold out, it's winter. Arms straight out in a T position, shoulder height. Notice how mine are higher. That's what I'm noticing. Ever since I've started doing Zoom, noticing that, there's a tendency that I noticed in my students to have their arms higher than shoulder height when you say extend them. So just see if you've lowered them a couple inches, if it feels more neutral and natural. Shoulder blades grounded, back neutral. Take a full deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to windshield wiper. Just drop your knees over to the right. Lift the left hip up. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Inhale, back to center. And back and forth with your breath. Move slow. This is the first movements of the practice. Just back and forth, nice and easy. Notice where you feel it. What part of your hip, the back, the sacrum, back and forth, side to side. And you can turn your head in the opposite direction of the knee, and then you're twisting the spine a little bit more through the cervical region, the upper back and shoulders. All right, one more. Now taking your legs over to the right and staying there. Let that left knee be heavy. If you want to reach the left arm up, you can do that, but just let the back of the hand and shoulders stay grounded on the floor. And see if that brings a little more awareness into the left side ribs. And you can turn your head and look to the left if you like. Good. Bring your head back to neutral. Bring your arm back into shoulder height. Bring your legs back up and switch sides. So you're going to roll onto your left side, left leg on the floor, right knee dropping towards the floor, right hip lifts up. You can take your right arm, reach it a little higher. You can turn your head to the right, head in the opposite direction of the legs. Breathe here. Where do you feel it on this side? Which side is tighter? Just notice. We're never the same on both sides. We always have a dominant side, a stronger side. Just paying attention. What does it feel like in your body right now? What does the breath feel like? All right, bring your knees back up to center. Let's hug our knees into the chest and just hold the legs either at the back of the thigh or the tops of the knees. Let that low back drop into the mat. Good, you're gonna hold the knees and you're gonna let the knees drop up towards the ceiling, draw up towards the ceiling as the arms extend. You're gonna feel a little pull on the shoulders and a straight arm. So you're feeling that upper back gently stretch, and then you're going to exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Inhale, pull the knees away. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, knees away. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Circle your knees, make a full rotation. Roll to the right, pull them into the chest, roll to the left, pull them all the way away. Do that 3 or 4 times. I'm moving in a clockwise direction if I thought 12 o'clock was at this point, or I'm moving in a counterclockwise if my body is, doesn't matter. I'm going to stop at the top and switch directions. Circle the other way. Good, one more. All right, place your feet on the floor. Take a full deep breath in. Exhale out. Let's roll over onto our side. So we're going to do a couple of simple stretches for the neck and head. So come to sit. So if you have a blanket, you can sit on a folded blanket. So now I've folded it up, or almost like a roll. So I've got a couple of inches of height. I really like a little bit of height because I'm an old lady, and also because it just makes it easier to sit on the floor. So if you're not comfortable sitting on the floor, feel free to get into a chair. What you want to do is sit up straight. So you can sit with your legs in an easy cross-legged position. You can sit with your feet together in Baddha Konasana. If you want to sit in an easy position and your knees are up, you can take your blocks and put them underneath you, and that will stabilize your knees. I'm going to get it. There it is. And you can sit up taller. It's just easier. So if your knees are up and you're slumping back in order to stay upright. So you want to try and get your hips and your knees to line up. All right. So this is this crazy thing that I saw with a teacher I very much admire. So you're going to take your right hand, you're going to take your left hand to your right thumb, and you're just going to give your right thumb a little bit of a massage. You're going to pull it, you're going to rub it, you're going to circle it. So it's we're supposed to do the test first. Okay, so here you go. First, I want you to sit up tall. Forgot that part. See, this is the first time I'm teaching it. So sit up tall, chin parallel to the earth. I just want you to turn your head to the right and stop where it naturally stops. And just notice on the wall where your eyes are. And then come back. Okay, now you're going to take your right thumb and gently pull it and wiggle it and stretch it. I'm making little circles with my thumb. Then I'm going to take my right hand, index finger and thumb to the ear. So you're going to take your fingers around the earlobe and gently squeeze it, like pinch it, and pull it all around the earlobe. This is an amazing thing. I'm quite surprised that it actually works, but it has to do with loosening the fascia. So it's like a netting, a structure that's in the muscles and in the tendon. So go up the whole of the side of the ear up to the top, giving a little pinch, giving a little pull, giving a little rub. And then when you go down, go on that inner edge, go back down, and then back to the earlobe. Good. Okay, then you're going to drop your right hand down. And now I want you to keep your chin parallel to the earth and turn your head to the right and see if you got more range of motion. I did again. Happened this morning when I did it with this on this video, and it's happening again now. It's pretty crazy, huh? All right, so now we're going to do left. So first we're going to get a little point of comparison. So just turn your head to the left. Just go, not to a place of discomfort, just to how far it feels comfortable to look. So I'm probably like around 65-degree angle if there's 90. Come back to center. Choose a point on the wall. And you're going to take your right hand to your left thumb, and you're going to pull, wiggle, stretch, massage. Just get that thumb, which is one end of the fascia net, from your finger, from your thumb, all the way up the arm to the neck. You think about it, it's very much connected. Okay, and then you're going to take your index finger and thumb of the left, go to the left earlobe, wiggle, 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 squeeze it, pull it, wiggle it through the earlobe, up the outer edge of the ear. Maybe you feel a little bit of discomfort, maybe not. Don't push too hard. And then when you go back down, massage it on the inner part of the ear, and then go back to the earlobe. Give it a little tug, pinch, pull, stretch, and then release the left hand. Sit up tall and turn your head to the left. Yeah, definitely more range of motion. Kind of crazy, huh? All right, so we're gonna do one more neck thing. You're gonna drop your left ear to your left shoulder. You're gonna take your right arm, you're gonna bend your right elbow and keep your palm face out and reach it over towards the left side hip or waist. And just pull down on that right shoulder. Just release it there. So I don't know if you guys work on computers, but a lot of us are on computers a lot these days. It's our entertainment, right? All right, so now you're gonna keep your ear drop towards the left shoulder and you're just gonna turn your chin towards your left knee if you're in cross-legged, towards the left collarbone. And then you're just gonna drop your chin down and you're gonna lift it up. So the chin is dropping towards the collarbone. You're nodding like yes, up and down a couple of times. Don't collapse the chest. Keep the back upright. Notice how that feels. I definitely feel it in my neck and top of the shoulder. Probably the trapezius muscle is where I feel it. One more time. And then when you drop it this time, just keep the chin dropped and maybe shake your head no a little. See what that feels like. There's a lot of tension in this region of our bodies very often. Okay, lift the chin back up and bring it back to center. Release. Roll that shoulder a little. Good. Left side. So, no, actually it's the right side. The right ear is going to the right shoulder, but it's the left arm that's going to reach back, palm face out, behind your waist. And then you're going to keep that right ear drop towards the right shoulder and turn your chin to the right and down towards the right collarbone, towards the right leg, right knee. And then you're just going to drop your chin a little farther. You're going to go up and down with the chin. Down and up 3 or 4 times. Just go slowly. Doesn't have to be quick. It's really about getting into those deep muscles that are connected from the ear all the way down, across the shoulder. And then keep it down, chin down, and then just little tiny micro movements side to side. Little micro movements. This side on my neck is much stiffer. I don't know why, but it is. All right, and then once you find that sweet spot, stop, take a pause. Rotate your right ear back over your right shoulder. Lift your head back up. Release the left arm. Rotate that left shoulder. You know, these nice, subtle movements. So good for you. Honestly. All right, let's lean back. If your legs are crossed or even in Baddha Konasana, just stretch your legs out straight. Windshield wiper your feet. All right, I'm going to take off my socks and we're going to come to stand for a few minutes. I do have a bit of a broken toe, so I'm going to be very cautious, but you all know how to do most of these movements. I'm sure they're pretty familiar to you, so I might be doing some modifications. All right, so let's come to stand. I'm going to move the camera back just a little bit so you can see my arms a little better. There we go. All right. Standing in mountain pose, feet parallel to the earth. I got my blocks. If you have blocks, put them in front of your toes out to the side. All right? Stand tall. So let's come to mountain. Feel your feet. Lift your toes, base of the big toe, outer edge of the heels. Lift the kneecaps, draw the belly in, hips over heels, shoulders over hips, head over shoulder. Notice how that upper body, neck, head, and shoulders feel after those really simple but very effective stretches. Chin is still parallel to the earth, the arms hang down alongside the body, soft in the fingers. Gaze is diagonally at the floor in front of you. Let's take 2 breaths here. Feeling steady, grounded, balanced. On the next in-breath, just reach your arms out in a T position. Spread your fingers wide, bring your hands into fists, just like open and close your hands. Spread your fingers wide, hands into fists. Do it again and again, a couple times. Good, now spread the hands, fingers wide, turn the palms face up, hands into fists this way. Spread the fingers wide, reach out, pull the thumbs back a little bit. Feel that stretch across the collarbones and the front of the body. Take a breath. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And then keep the arms parallel to each other as you reach them forward and down. Now, inhale, arms out to the side, T position. Exhale, rotate the palms up. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring them forward and down. Good, 2 more like that. Inhale, arms to shoulder height. Exhale, rotate the palms face up. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward and down. Last one, inhale. Exhale, rotate palms up, open the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward and down. Good. Rotate your shoulders. 3 circles in one direction, 3 circles in the other direction. Feels good. Very nice. All right, stand tall, back to Tadasana. Take a breath. Inhale, sweep your arms out to the side, reach the arms up overhead. Soften your knees, hinge through your hips, and reaching out from the hips, keeping a long, strong spine, come forward and down. Uttanasana, hang, drop your head, soft arms, pull your hips up as you draw the thighs and the chest closer to each other. Keep your knees soft though, don't force anything. You can hold on to your hands. If your hands touch the floor, don't put any weight in them. Keep those arms soft. Like you're folded in half. Again, you can shake your head. Yes and no. Couple of breaths. Slide your hands up your shins. So you want to lift your back, but not round your back. You want to pull those hips back, lengthen the back forward, crown of the head forward. And you're going to exhale and release back down. Press into your feet and inhale. Keep your knees soft as you come all the way back up. Reach up, stretch up. Bring your palms together and your hands to the heart. Release the arms down. Take a breath. Good. Inhale. Arms sweep up. Soft knees hinge at the hips. So you're extending forward. Reach, 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 reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Hands to the shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Press into the feet. Inhale, all the way back up. Arms reach up, stretch up, palms together. Hands to the heart. Release the arms down. Take a breath. One more. Inhale, salute the sun. Breathe, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up. Reach up, stretch up, palms together, hands to the heart. Release the arms down. Take a breath. So let's move into a lunge. So that's what these blocks are going to help with you. You can put the blocks in front of your feet. I use a blanket to support my knees because I'm old and my knees feel better if I have some extra cushion. So if that's helpful, then do so. Stand in mountain pose. Take a full deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Soft knees, hinge through hips. Exhale, forward fold. As you inhale, lift your back, put your hands on the blocks, or bend your knees a lot and plant your hands on the mat. Step the right foot back, right knee down. Take your left foot, bring it forward. And then just try and find neutral here. Oops. Yep, I have a funky toe. So neutral is not neutral. So do you see how my hips are right over that right hip, left hip, 90-degree angle? Okay, so this is neutral. And then if you want, lean forward a little bit. You're gonna lean forward so that your hip comes forward and you keep your knee over your ankle. So you're not gonna push your knee forward over the toe. Keep the knee maybe slightly forward of the ankle, but not a lot. Lift your hips. See if you can take your hands to the knee, or you can use the blocks to support you. I'm gonna use the blocks to support me because this is my bad foot. But just let that hips be square. Try not to angle that left hip farther forward than the right, and see where you go. Breathe here. Relax your shoulders, lift your chest. Good. One more breath. You're gonna pull your hips up, and then you're gonna pull your hips back. Now, if you have blocks, walk the blocks back to the knee and straighten the left leg. If you don't have blocks, lean over a little bit more, put your hands on the floor. But the blocks are really helpful in this position because if you can stay upright, you're going to get a deeper stretch through your hips and the back of your left leg. Kind of pull back on that left heel, and that brings even more awareness into the back of your left leg and left hip. Yeah, I bet you feel it. Go to sensation, never go beyond sensation. Breathe. So what's interesting about this stretch too, very much like the one we did with your ear and your neck. If you bend your knee again when you're ready and come back into the lunge, you might find that we found a little more range of motion, that you maybe are able to go deeper. See if you can find balance with your hands on the knee. And if not, feel free to just take your blocks or your hands alongside the foot. So we're going to ignore the fact that my iPad is ringing. All right, one more breath. Pull your hips back. See if you can curl your right toes under, push back into the right heel, and step the right foot forward to meet the left. Forward fold. Inhale, come all the way back up. Sweep your arms up overhead, palms together, hands to the heart. Release the arms down. Take a breath. You're gonna do that whole series on the left side. Standing into Tadasana, take a breath. Inhale, arms reach up. Soft knees, hinge through your hips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take your hands to the blocks or bend your knees a lot and place your hands on the floor. You're gonna take your left foot back, left knee down, right foot forward. So first find neutral, which is that left hip right over the left knee, right foot right over the right under the right knee. Find squareness through your hips. So you should feel steady here. And then you're just going to begin to lean forward. Oh yeah. So you can walk the foot forward. And bring the hips forward. Come into the lunge. Wherever you go, wherever you feel like you're getting sensation, but not discomfort. Yeah. Use your hands on the blocks, or maybe the hand on the knee. What works for you? Breathe. Good, one more breath. And then we're gonna pull those hips back. So use some steadiness in your arms and hands to walk back a little bit with the blocks. Stretch the leg out straight, completely straight, or as straight as you can get it. Pull the toes back. Lift the heart up and lean forward. Yes, the back of your right leg should be talking to you, gently reminding you of its presence. Breathing, opening. Bend your right knee. Again, come into the lunge. Sink forward. Ground into that right foot, right knee. Bring your hands to the top of the knee if you can find stability here. Breathe. And then bringing hands back down. You can curl your left toes under. I don't think I can do that. I'm going to step my left foot forward to meet the right. Come back into the forward fold. Inhale. Come all the way back up. Palms together. And start. Release the arms down. Take a breath. Notice how you feel. Let's do that again. Inhale. Arms reach up. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, hands to the blocks, right foot back, right knee down. This time we take the left foot back and the left knee down. So the knees are right underneath the hips. Take your hands down below your shoulders, come into tabletop pose. So the hips are over the knees, wiggle them a little, get steady. Shins are parallel. All right. Take your right arm, reach your right arm forward. Palm face in, thumb up, and then release it down. Take your left arm forward, palm face in, thumb up, and release it down. Stretch your right leg back. You can just press into the ball mound of the right foot, or you can lift the right leg up to the level of the right hip, and release it down. Stretch the left leg back. You can curl the toes under, or lift the left leg up, toes face down, and release. Again, right arm, and release. Left arm, and release. Right leg, and release. Left leg, and release. Right arm, left leg, and release. Left arm, right leg, and release. Do what you can do. Right arm, left leg, and release. Left arm, right leg, and release. This time, see if you can hold it. Left leg, right arm. Breathing. Whoop. I'm wobbling a little. That's okay. It's harder at the end of the day. And release. And then left arm, right leg. You can keep the right foot down if you like, or not. Focus, breathe. And release. Good. Hands and knees. Let's cat-cow. Arch your back. Round your back. Arch your back. Round your back. Keep going. Move with your breath. Two more. Make this feel good. And the last one, when you round your back into cat stretch, push your hips back towards your heels, your chest towards your thighs. Bend your elbows, drop your head, come into child's pose. Variations on the theme, make your head touch. So if your hips don't go all the way back, put your hands underneath your forehead. Or take a block and put your forehead on a block. I like this idea if you have one because then you can release the arms alongside the body. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself into a seated position again. So leaning back on your hips, you can sit in Virasana if you like. So Virasana, this is good for your hips if you can do it or not. So I'm going to take my blanket out. I'm going to use my block to sit in Virasana, which means I'm going to come like to a kneeling position, put my block underneath my sit bones, and keep my knees straight out in front of me. So I'm curled under. If this is uncomfortable with your tops of your feet, even with my broken toe, this feels okay. So that's pretty awesome. So let's just sit up tall. Relax your shoulders, chin parallel to the earth. Gaze lower. Just feel your breath. Notice how your body feels now. So just sitting in this position is really good for your hips and knees, kind of like a child's pose, but you're sitting up straight, which sometimes makes it even more challenging. All right, so let's take our arms straight out in front of us. Open our elbows out to the side. Cactus arms, goalpost arms, turn the palms of the hands in. Well, I hope a lot of people are happy with Grady, thinking about goalposts. All right, we're not going to talk about it though. Arms open like this. I want you to just turn, twist. So you're going to keep your arms in that cactus arm and just turn your shoulders and your upper body to the right and back to center. The taller you get, the more space you get in your back, in your spine, the more you can twist. Twist to the left. Back to center. It's kind of harder than the other way, right? Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Pull that navel in, get tall. Back to center. One more, both sides. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. Keep your arms up and open. Pull the elbows back. Good. Now bring the elbows forward. So you want the elbows to be leading towards the center of your body. Keep your arms or forearms and hands parallel. Inhale, open up. Exhale, bring them forward towards each other. Lead with your elbows. Open them up. Exhale, towards each other. Two more. Open them up. Towards each other. Inhale as you open, pull back. Feel the front of the chest, the pectorals stretch, and bring them forward. Okay, so now you're going to take your right elbow inside your left elbow and make an X, like an X. But keep your elbows and arms away. Push that right elbow into the left elbow or the left forearm, whatever feels most comfortable for you. I kind of have the forearms kind of crossed. and then pull away till you feel that upper back stretching right across the shoulder blades. Keep your shoulders themselves down. Lift your chest. Breathe. Good. One more breath and release. Let the arms swing. Front and back, side to side, little roll of the shoulder. All right. Let the hands rest on the thighs. Take a breath. Good. Reach the arms straight out, over to the side, bend the elbows. You're going to bring the elbows forward again. This time you're going to put the left elbow inside the right and gently press away. Pull gently. Pull the shoulder blades apart. Keep the arms away from the body. You'll find a place where this is working for you. One more breath and exhale. Release. Swing it out. Yeah. Arms all the way up. Stretch up. Take the right hand down and reach over to the left side. Come back up. Let's do it a couple times dynamically. Exhale to the right side. Did I say left? Exhale to the right side. Last time we're going to hold it. Over to the right. Relax your shoulder. If your arm isn't comfortable moving over your head, put your hand on your waist. Put your hand on your shoulder. What works for you? Good. One more breath. And I want you to take that left shoulder and turn it back and turn your head and look up. So maybe you're reaching back with your left arm. Maybe just have your left hand on your left shoulder. Maybe even take your left hand to your left waist and just try and rotate that left shoulder back and the head up. Good. And come back up to center. Take a breath. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, the left hand comes down. Bend the left elbow, lean over to the left. Come back up. So dynamically a couple times. Exhale. Bring the arm in an arc if you can. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time we're going to hold after this one. Inhale. Exhale. Up and over. Make sure you don't collapse forward, which is what I tried to do just then. So trying to keep that body straight. Shoulders stacked, elbows bend, press into that right hip. Feel the stretch to the whole right side body. Breathe. Good. So you can turn and look up towards the ceiling, the sky, and reach back with that right arm, drawing that right shoulder back. Go to a place where you can feel stretch. If that's too much in your arm, take your right hand to your right hip and just turn that right shoulder back and look up. Good. One more breath. And then bring the shoulders back to neutral and then come back to sit up. All right, let's bring our hands forward. Stretch the legs out straight behind you. Curl the toes under. Release the knee. Do the same with the left. Straight leg back. Release the knee. Good. We're going to come down onto our backs. So take your blanket now, if you will, or your beach towel, whatever you're using. Make it as nice and narrow. You can roll it up like a burrito. Like this, which is what I just did. Or you can fold it and make it a long, narrow, rectangular space. Either way, you're going to put that right there. And this is going to become a support for your back. If you have a bolster, you can use the bolster, but I'm using this because I don't think a lot of you have bolsters. And take your blocks or your Amazon boxes or some books, and we're gonna put this right at the butt. So I have my legs out straight or whatever feels right for you. You're gonna put that right at your butt, okay? And you're gonna take your feet to the floor with your knees bent. I'm just gonna walk yourself, drop yourself down. So my sacrum, right at the top of my buttocks, is on the edge of that folded blanket. Now, when you go all the way down, that might feel like too much. So if it's too much, scoot down a little bit. Or you can just lie flat on your back. But usually this feels pretty good. So you're going to turn the soles of the feet towards each other. And you're going to take your blocks and you're going to put them underneath your knees. Supta Baddha Konasana. Supta just means lying down. Baddha Konasana, which you may have heard before, Sanskrit word. All of the postures or poses have Sanskrit names. It's the ancient language. And you're going to take your arms out to the side, cobbler's pose, hands on the belly. Now, if this is too much for you, and just stretch your legs out straight, or keep your knees bent and feet on the floor. So there's lots of options in how you place your legs. This is an incredibly nice opening for your hips. And putting your hands on your lower belly can really bring attention to the release in the shoulders. Make sure your elbows are on the floor. And then as my fingers are just inside the front hip points, below the navel, I'm focusing my attention on feeling the rise and fall of that lower abdomen space where my fingers are. Deep breath. In and out. Find a rhythm and pace that's good for you. Don't force the breath to be really deep. But just lengthening it to a level that feels soft enough that you can relax. That makes that intentional, deeper breath as natural as you can make it. Just let go. You can change the position of your legs if you need to, if that becomes problematic. So we're going to be quiet and we're just going to let the position we have taken in our body find a place of equanimity, peace. Softening all of the belly, the chest, face, the heart, softening the mind. Let this be a time to rest in a restorative posture, which is what this would be called. So we're using props to create open hips, open heart. Noticing what it feels like in your body, noticing if there's shifts or changes in what the body feels like in this posture. And just listening to your body, if at any time it becomes uncomfortable, that is not the intention for this pose. It should feel more restful and easeful. And if that's not what's arising in your experience, don't judge it. It's okay. Just adjust. Straighten your legs, come off of the bolster, lay flat on your back. Come into a comfortable Shavasana if that's what you're ready to do now. There's nothing you need to do that's going to harm you. We're going to stay in this pose for another couple minutes. If you're comfortable here, I'm going to let us just be quiet. Breathe into the hands. So let the arms and hands release from the belly. And if your legs are still in butterfly cobbler's pose, bring your feet to the floor, knees towards the sky. Extend your right or left arm to shoulder height, doesn't matter which one, whichever seems natural for you. Roll over onto your side. So I'm going to take my head and support it in my upper arm. Take a breath here. Take your other arm. So I have my right side, so it's my left hand. If you went to the left, you're going to use your right. Lift yourself up to a seated position. Then take your folded blanket, move it off the mat, stretch your legs out straight, lift and lower your knees, windshield wiper your feet. And then just slide your hands down your legs and fold forward. Just a little counter pose to that back bend. And it didn't seem like much of a back bend, but maybe it is. Or maybe it was a lot of a back bend for you. Everybody is different, but just keep a soft knee if you need to. Just fold forward. Bow your head. Breathing. 3 more breaths here. And then just slowly bring yourself back up. You're going to come into Shavasana. So you can use this blanket in any way you like. I don't know what's best for you, but a couple of options. You can take that blanket and put it underneath your knees. It gives you a little support here, and it can help in the lower back. Or you can take it and just lay flat on the mat with your legs open and cover yourself up with it, like a blanket should cover you. Or you can take it and fold it up and let it become a support for your neck and head. what works for you, your choice. So coming into the final pose, Shavasana. So just as Mother Nature has covered the earth with a blanket of snow so that it can rest and restore itself during the winter months, just allow yourself to take the cue from Mother Earth. Rest, restore. The next few minutes, just sink into the earth. Feel the comfort of the gravitational pull of the earth holding you here. Just let go into it. No holding on. Let go of everything. So taking a deep breath in, slow exhale out. Take a moment before you begin to move just to check in with yourself. Notice how you feel. Not only in your physical body, but in your mind and in your heart. You can turn your head maybe a little from side to side. Stretch and move your fingers. Take a full body stretch. What does your body need? Hug your knees into your chest. Whatever is needed to gently awaken, take your time. Bend your knees, place your feet on the mat, roll to one side. Pause here and then slowly begin to bring yourself up to a seated position. Coming to sit, I'm going to move to the camera. We can open to the gallery view.
Great class, Betsy.
All right, let's bring our hands together at the heart. Honoring this practice, honoring the community of practitioners. Grateful for coming together on this snowy winter's night. May you enjoy a restful evening. Breathing into the heart, breathing out from the heart. If you'd like to join me in chanting Om. Another breath into the heart. Exhale out. Bow forward. Namaste.